Some friendships enter our lives like visitors. Others move in, unpack their bags, and rearrange our hearts. This story began in a small off-campus apartment, the kind students rented not because it was beautiful, but because it was affordable. The walls were thin, the fan complained more than it cooled, and the paint had started peeling like it was tired of holding secrets. Yet, that room was alive. It had learned the sound of laughter. It had memorized the rhythm of footsteps. It had watched 3 young women grow into themselves. Their names were Sola, Zara, and Amaka. They were not sisters by blood, but life had stitched them together with shared bills, shared stress, and shared dreams. In school, money had a way of disappearing quickly, so they agreed to share everything: rent, electricity, food, and sometimes even pain. When one was broke, the others covered. When one cried, the others pretended not to notice until she was ready to speak. They were a team. At least that was what it looked like from the outside. Sola was the heartbeat of the house. The kitchen recognized her footsteps the way a child recognizes its mother. Whenever she entered, the pot seemed to straighten up. The stove waited patiently, and the spices released their scent willingly. Cooking was not a chore to her, it was affection in physical form. She went to the market with confidence, bargaining like someone who knew the value of things and people. She cooked even when she was tired, even when no one said thank you. To Sola, love meant service, and service meant sacrifice. Zara was fire, always moving, always glowing, always restless. Her phone never slept, and her laughter often returned home after midnight. She loved men, loved attention, loved excitement. Responsibility bored her, routine suffocated her, and the idea of slowing down felt like punishment. She believed youth was meant to be enjoyed loudly. Tomorrow could worry about itself. Amaka was water, calm, quiet, and deeply observant. She loved washing, plates, clothes, floors. Cleaning gave her peace. When the house was neat, her heart was calm. She spoke softly, moved gently, and avoided confrontation like a fragile glass she was afraid to break. She noticed everything but said very little. Every morning followed the same pattern. Zara woke up checking her phone, smiling at messages that carried promises that rarely survived daylight. Amaka filled buckets, soap foaming like clouds as water splashed rhythmically. And Sola cooked, breakfast, lunch preparations, sometimes dinner plans already forming in her mind. At first, the arrangement felt natural. Zara brought stories, Amaka brought cleanliness, Sola brought food. But life has a way of shifting balances quietly. Plates started piling up. Market lists grew longer. Cooking became expected, not appreciated. Sola noticed, but she stayed silent. Silence had always been her way of keeping peace. She told herself it was temporary, that things would balance out. But kindness, when left unguarded, teaches people how to misuse you. One evening, as the fan hummed tiredly above them and the bulb flickered like it was struggling to stay hopeful, Sola finally spoke.
Oh no, what's wrong?
We should share
It's too much.
responsibilities
You two have to
properly.
share some. We'll help.
Her voice was calm, but her heart was loud. Amaka nodded slowly, guilt flickering in her eyes. Zara laughed lightly, promising change the way people promise tomorrow. Easily. They agreed, or so it seemed. Days passed and little changed. Sola still cooked, still cleaned the kitchen, still went to the market. The burden sat on her shoulders like a familiar weight she had grown used to carrying. Then the semester ended. Exams finished, tension lifted, and relief floated in the air. That was when the wedding invitation arrived. A coursemate's wedding before the holiday break. Excitement filled the apartment. For a moment, all worries were folded away neatly. They prepared like queens. Matching Aso Ebi, glowing makeup, shoes that pinched but looked expensive. Laughter echoed through the room as they helped each other dress, adjusting gel, fixing lashes, taking pictures. On the outside, they were radiant. Inside, Sola felt tired, not body tired, soul tired. At the wedding, music played loudly, people danced freely, and happiness spilled everywhere like wine. But Sola smiled with effort. She felt like someone watching joy through glass, present but untouched. After the wedding, decisions were made. Amaka would go straight to her parents' house for the holidays. Sola decided to stay briefly at Zara's place before traveling home. Hugs were exchanged, promises were made. None of them knew they were standing at the edge of change. Amaka left first. The house felt quieter without her. Even the sink seemed lonely. At Zara's place, life was louder. Friends came and went. Conversations floated in and out. Sola felt like a visitor in a space that never rested. After a few days, she packed her bag quietly.
She was ready to go home. The bus station was chaotic. Conductors shouted, engines roared, bags were dragged across dusty floors like reluctant children. Sola boarded a bus and sat down, exhaustion settling beside her like an unwanted companion. She didn't look up when the man sat beside her. She didn't know him, but destiny had already taken a seat. The bus started moving slowly, groaning as it picked up speed. Dust followed behind it like forgotten memories. For a while, silence sat between them, thick but not uncomfortable. Then the bus hit a pothole. "Sorry about that," the man said gently. Sola nodded. "It's fine." That was all. Yet something shifted. Minutes passed. The road stretched endlessly, trees bowing slightly as the bus passed, as if greeting travelers with tired respect. "I'm Daniel," he said after a while. "Sola." Names exchanged, walls lowered. They talked, about school, about stress, about life after graduation. He listened, truly listened, holding her words carefully. When she spoke about cooking, his eyes softened. "My mom used to say food carries emotions," he said. "If it's cooked with love, it heals." Sola smiled, genuinely, for the first time that day. As the bus rolled forward, she spoke about feeling tired, about always giving, about never being chosen. The words flowed easily, as if her heart had been waiting for permission to exhale. Daniel looked at her and said quietly, "Some people give too much, because they were raised to survive, not to rest." The words landed softly, but deeply. The bus stopped at his destination. He stood, hesitated, then smiled. "I hope our paths cross again." "So do I," she replied. He stepped down and disappeared into the crowd. Later that night, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. "I hope you got home safe. It's Daniel, from the bus." Sola stared at the message, heart beating faster than it had in a long time. Some connections don't fade with distance. They begin. As she lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, she didn't know yet that this simple bus ride had shifted something inside her. Meanwhile, Zara felt unsettled without knowing why, and Amaka lay awake, burdened by guilt she could no longer ignore. 3 girls, 3 paths, one story just beginning.